Hello everyone, Christine Niles here. After fronting headlines for nearly a decade, I'm moving on to a new chapter with my new show, Forward Boldly. It'll just be me speaking from the heart on all the issues that matter the most to me and to you. It'll be rolling out really soon, so I hope that you'll follow me over there. And until then, forward boldly.
Hello, I'm Kim Tizer. Today is January 13th, 2023. Here are your latest Church Militant headlines. Before his death Tuesday, Cardinal George Pell penned a harsh critique of the Global Synod. The Australian prelate recently wrote an article for Spectator, published the day after his passing, slamming the entire leftist-dominated synodal process as a, quote, toxic nightmare. He blasted the Synod's chief document for focusing on inclusion with no call to either repentance or conversion. Pell called it, quote, one of the most incoherent documents ever sent out from Rome. In related news, an Australian media expert is lambasting establishment news outlets for unfairly targeting the late Cardinal. On Wednesday, conservative media analyst Gerhard Henderson spoke about the media's assault on Pell leading up to his trial on false abuse charges and coverage of Pell's later acquittal by Australia's High Court.
It was a very hostile environment. I'm not aware of anyone who had such a hostile environment in recent times. In such a circumstance, it would be very difficult for anyone to receive a fair trial. So some of the journalists who led the criticism of Pell effectively refused to accept the High Court judgment.
In Rome, the late Pope Benedict XVI's personal secretary will soon find himself homeless. According to German newspaper Zeit, Archbishop Georg Genswein has been told by Pope Francis to vacate his Vatican residence by February 1st. Zeit reports Genswein was informed of the situation the day of Pope Benedict's funeral by way of a letter personally signed by Francis. Genswein had served as Benedict's personal secretary since 2003, while both men still worked at the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith. Turning to the U.S., an outspoken pro-life bishop is calling out pro-abortion politicians for their recent vote. The Republican-led House of Representatives passed pro-life legislation Wednesday, strengthening protections for babies who survive abortions. That night, Bishop Thomas Tobin of Providence, Rhode Island, tweeted, "To members of Congress who voted against the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act, you just voted against giving basic medical care to a struggling newborn child. How heartless, barbaric, and cruel. Shame on you." In Maryland, a federal judge is ruling against a Catholic hospital for adhering to Catholic teaching. U.S. District Court Judge Deborah Chasnow, a Clinton appointee, ruled late last week that St. Joseph Medical Center in Towson was guilty of discriminatory practice for refusing to surgically remove a woman's healthy womb because she identified as a man. In her ruling, Chasnow also criticized Catholic teaching on transgenderism and condemned ethics guidelines laid out by the National Catholic Bioethics Center. And Catholic churches are among the most beautiful buildings in the world, according to a new survey. A recent series of rankings by TripAdvisor found Catholic cathedrals and basilicas are consistently ranked as the most beautiful buildings internationally. Topping the list is the unfinished Sagrada Familia Catholic Church in Spain. A close second is Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Other churches that made the cut include Montreal's Notre Dame Basilica, the Cathedral of St. John the Baptist in the state of Georgia, and St. Stephen's Basilica in Budapest. I'm Kim Tizer. Those are your Church Militant headlines. Please watch The Vortex today, where Michael talks about the globalist plot to get rid of people. God bless you.